Hey Lola, I just wanted to say congratulations. I heard from Steve that the baby was born safely.
Thank you. Because of all of your support, our little boy was born strong and healthy.
That's amazing. Could I come over and see him sometime soon? Of course, whenever you feel that your body has full recovered. I'll go as soon as there's a notice. Just send me a text and I'll be on my way.
Oh, wow. You really do have all the time in the world on your hands, don't you? Not that I expected anything more from a stay-at-home wife. Really, not many people who have proper jobs can pull off that reply, Nikki. You're still living well off with your husband's money, aren't you? What? I'm going to raise this little boy, like me, a useful member of society. Therefore, I'd like to keep his encounters with people who are otherwise at the minimum. Are you getting what I'm hinting at here right now? I don't see you as a very useful member of society, so I have no intention in letting my son see you. So, I'm sorry, but I'll have to ask you to stay away from him until he reaches at an age where he can make distinctions between people to look up to and who not to.
What on earth makes you say that I'm not a useful member of society? And however you think of me, I'm still that little boy's aunt. It's only natural to want to see your nephew. Have you not read everything that I just sent you? I'm trying to raise my son into someone like me, a person who is able to attend one of the most prestigious universities in the nation and will go on to work at the best company possible. Therefore, I'll only let people who I decide are a good role model in that aspect to see him. I can't let him see someone like you, a dumb housewife who only slows down the flow of our society. What do you mean, dumb? You really shouldn't say that about others, and I'm tired of you saying those things to me. You're the one who's getting yourself in those situations by acting dumb. Besides, how do housewives even exist in this day of age? Do you enjoy your life completely reliant on your husband while people like me take over the world? Look, I have my own priorities, and me and my husband talked everything through and made this decision. My job is to organize and support my family members' lives so we can all thrive. What do you mean, job? You're just doing housework. You don't benefit anyone other than your family. Yet, you feel like you're a worthy member of our society. I'll tell you what you are. You're a burden. How dare you say that to me? Besides, you don't even have children. You're only benefiting a single person. You don't help the economy. You don't help others through your actions. You just sit there and look pretty in the safety of your home. Stop acting like you're doing anyone any good. What? Learn from people like me, active members of our society who work at huge companies and support the economy. On top of that, I even gave birth to a child. Imagine how much of a loss it would be for me to curl up in my own house like you. You know, I really wish that people like you would just try to even be a portion of how worthy I am towards this country. You just slow everyone around you down. Lola, could you please just get either a good education or work hard to support our economy? Is it really too much to ask for from you? Once you either get one of those done, I'll let you meet my son. Until then, I'm sorry, but I can't let him even get a glimpse of you. Because I'm not going to risk my precious, handsome, and beautiful son becoming someone like you. See ya. Steve, I just wanted to ask if you agreed with Lola's way of thinking. Do you really want to keep me from seeing my nephew?
Hey, Nikki. I'm not sure what you're talking about. What do you mean by Lola's way of thinking? About what?
I just spoke with Lola, and she told me that she has no intention in letting me see my nephew. Because she deems me as a useless member of society, which makes me unworthy of seeing my nephew.
What?
Yeah, she's always made fun of me for being a stay-at-home mother, but she's starting to get pretty extreme about it. I didn't think she hated me so much for it.
I'm so sorry that you had to hear that from Lola. I never even thought that she would say something like that to you. I don't think she meant any of that. It's probably just because of her hormones and stress from giving birth and everything. Please, just don't think much of anything she says.
Hormones? It looked like she had some beliefs that were carved deep in her system. It's gotten even worse than before. She even went as far as saying that I'm just a burden to both my husband and society as a whole. If her goal was to hurt my feelings, then yes, that pretty much got the job done.
She really said that to you? Look, I'm so sorry, but probably my fault that she's saying that. I think Lola's taking her anger out on you because I bothered her in the first place. She's probably saying all those things to you because she feels that her husband, is also a burden to society and to her.
What? What do you mean she's talking about you? Are you doing fine? You're not a burden to anyone, Steve. You go to work, you get your job done, and you pay your bills for your family. That's more than enough to be worthy to a lot of people.
Actually, I'm not the one who's mainly supporting my family right now. Lola makes more than me. She mocks me every single day, how I'm being a burden to the family, and that I'm not worth crap. Thanks to her getting used to that mindset because of me, she's probably doing the same thing to you too. I'm so sorry.
Wait a minute. She's really saying those things to you every single day? No matter how much she makes, she has absolutely no right to be saying those things to you, Steve. Stress, hormones, whatever. There's still no excuse to be saying those things like that to another person.
I think she's also feeling stressed from not being able to get back to work yet. It's the first time she's ever left her workplace for such a long time, so she's not used to the worries of losing her place in the office and things like that. And she just loves working in general, so it's like someone took away her favorite hobby. If she feels better by directing her stress to me, then I'm willing to accept it.
Steve.
Still, you have nothing to do with this, and I'm so sorry that she said such horrible things to you. I'm sure that she'll start feeling better and her mental state will get better in a while too. So just ignore everything she says, and things will go back to how they were before you even know it. And also, I would love for you to come see my son.
Oh, really?
Of course. I'll keep an eye out and text you when I feel like there's a chance that you can see him. Until then, I'm sorry, but just ignore whatever Lola's telling you. Wait for a notice from me, okay?
How could you do that, Lola? All I did was go over to your house to see your son. Why on earth would you splash me with water and kick me out? Because you invaded private property. Duh.
You're the one who came over without a notice. You should have expected to be seen as an invader.
I didn't just show up without a notice. I showed up because Steve said that I could come see your son.
What? But I told them that I wouldn't let our son see you under any circumstances whatsoever. How are you gonna take responsibility if you are your stupid husband, see him, and he picks up on your stupidity?
What?
All that crappy husband of mine does is put our son at risk. You two siblings, what's wrong with you two? There has to be something genetic going on here.
Steve called me over because he thought that it was the right thing to do. Don't talk bad about him for doing this.
What's so wrong about pointing out that a crappy person is crappy? He makes so little that his salary is like minimum wage, for Christ's sake. And now he goes out of his way just to do something that bothers his wife? How crappy can a husband be?
My brother is not useless or crappy. I've heard all kinds of stories about you two from him, including the way he does most of the housework while you just roll around on the bed from day in to day out. You don't even show your face to your son for a whole day sometimes, right?
Yeah? So what? I did my part in giving birth to our son and making twice as much as Steve does. Of course he's going to have to do all of the housework. If anything, it barely evens out when he does all of the housework. Just think about the months of struggling that I had to go through when I was pregnant. He deserves this, and I deserve this.
Ugh, Lola.
And more than anything, I want to get back to working at my company. Do you know what the best action to take right now to achieve that is? It's to get as much as rest as I can to recover. I lay in bed for a valid reason. And even when I'm in bed, I watch YouTube videos and study for work. I even have to gather information about how to raise my kid into a prodigy. Do you not see how busy I am even when I'm in bed?
My brother isn't your butler. It's true that men aren't able to get pregnant for their wives or give birth for them. But this is still way too far. You're treating him like a slave who does everything for you.
Wow! I have never been so unbothered by someone else's words in my whole life. It's probably because the person who's talking to me is an uneducated lowlife who doesn't even have a salary. I don't need someone like you to be lecturing me about how I run my own family. You're a stranger to me, and you're a stranger to my son. Please stop acting like you're my family, because you're really starting to annoy me.
You need to watch your mouth.
Oh, shut up, you useless housewife. You're nothing but a burden to all of us.
It's true that I am a housewife, but I started to look for jobs that I can do from my house lately, just so I could prove you wrong. I'm a working, active member of society, and I even brought the money that I made through that job to give you two as a congratulations.
Oh, really? I guess you finally came to your senses, thanks to me. But, I mean, what does you, an old lady, starting to work at this age, do for anyone else? You haven't even graduated from a nice university like me. You don't have any notable certificates that make you special, so you're just a high school graduate. I don't need the $50 that you made from working at home for a week, honey.
What did you say?
I said, what does you bring a few bucks to congratulate us prove? Because last time I checked, no one other than some homeless person would want to take away your week's worth of money. But don't be discouraged. I'm sure you'll finally be able to buy something nice in a decade or so. Just go home in your soaking wet clothes. I don't want you in my sight ever again. And I will not let you see my son for as long as he lives.
All right then. I'm taking the $10,000 with me. Your loss.
What? Did you say 10,000?
Don't mind me. You know, I feel oddly fulfilled right now. I was willing to give you a second chance up until today, but I was finally able to give up on you. I don't even want to congratulate you at all anymore, so I'll head home.
Wait! What do you mean you have $10,000? You brought that money to congratulate us?
Yup, exactly $10,000.
Haha, very funny. You're joking, right? You told me that you made that money through working from home. That would mean that you made $10,000 through working from home.
That's what I did. Why would I be joking?
But you said that you just started that job. How would you be able to make $10,000 in such a short period of time? It makes no sense. You just brought some money that your husband made and you're acting like you made it yourself, right? You begged your husband for $10,000 just so you could look good in front of us, right?
I don't think you knew this, but I actually used to work at a very big company before I got married with my husband. I was a system engineer there, and thanks to the connections that I made back then, I was able to find a decent job. I don't mean to be cocky, but I was pretty great at what I did. So, that's how I got paid a pretty decent amount in such a short amount of time.
A pretty decent amount? You call 10,000 a pretty decent amount? I mean, I guess it's doable if you're an engineer, but $10,000 out of the blue is still way too much.
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised about the amount too. I only did easy jobs as a warm-up first, and my employers told me that I shouldn't go too hard from the beginning, and treat it like a hobby rather than a job. But then more and more people wanted me to work for them, and recently, I was finally able to land a long-term job for 6 months. That's how I got paid $10,000 in advance.
How?
I mean, it's a pretty sophisticated job that has to do with system engineering.
So the reward is pretty high in correlation to the workload. And I brought all of the money that I was paid in advance in order to congratulate you two for having your baby. Besides, you were the reason I was able to get myself to start working again. But your cruel words worked as a motivation for me to try and prove you wrong. So I thought I owed it to you. But I guess you don't want it. What? Actually? So you really brought $10,000 in cash for me? Yes, and my husband didn't say anything about it either. Since he has the heart that's as big as the ocean, he didn't hesitate to tell me that I could do whatever I want with the money. You know, he even told me that it was very respectable for me to do such a thing. But I'm all wet now, so I think I'll get going. I'm sorry for showing up in the first place. I didn't think I was hated so much by you. But I get it now. I won't give you this money, and I won't try to see your son ever again. Goodbye.
Hey, sis. I don't even know how to apologize for what happened today. This is all my fault. If I hadn't called you over, you wouldn't have had to go through that. I just thought that since Lola is always sleeping in the bedroom, we'd be able to get away with it.
Don't mind me, Steve. I'm just worried about you. Are you okay? I got a glimpse of your face, but you seem so much skinnier and paler than I remembered you to be.
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just that our baby has been having some trouble getting to sleep lately. Sometimes he stays up all night and just cries, but this is the least I could do for him. I don't make as much money as Lola, so I need to make up for that through housework and taking care of the baby.
You know what, Steve? I need you to bring your baby with you and come over to my house right now. We have a room that we aren't using at all right now, so you can use it. Even my husband is saying that he wants to help you out.
What?
Your paternity leave is over, right? And you're going to work as usual, aren't you? That means that you work for a whole day and you go home to do the housework and stay up all night to nurture the baby. This is just upright abnormal. When it comes to this point, I really think that you should take divorcing Lola into consideration.
Divorce? Don't say something like that. We just had our first child. We can't just break up.
I know it isn't ideal, but the environment that you two are creating is not the kind of environment that you should be raising a baby in.
Why not?
Just take a deep breath and take a step back. Look at yourself. Do you think that the baby is going to be happy seeing you like that? Can you imagine the three of you with a big, warm smile on your faces?
I don't know. Can I really rely on you guys? I don't think I can take this life anymore. I've only been getting an hour of sleep for a while now.
Of course you can rely on us, Steve. Is there a day where you think you can sneak out of the house without Lola noticing? I'm sure that's the best way to avoid any conflict.
Well, I have to take him to the doctor's office for a checkup tomorrow. He's been getting rashes lately.
Alright, perfect. Then, can we meet up at the hospital? I'll take you over to my house as soon as the checkup ends. Make sure to keep your luggage to the minimum. We can buy everything else that you need. Your sister is working again, and she's pretty rich now.
Thank you so much. I don't know how I'll repay you, and I'm sorry for making you a part of this big mess.
Don't apologize, Steve. I finally get to see my adorable little nephew, so we both benefit from this. There's nothing for you to be ashamed of. I'll see you at the hospital tomorrow then, alright? Act as normal as possible, and make sure that Lola doesn't get suspicious. Give me my son and husband back this moment. What is this? Some kind of joke? Do you really think he can just get away with leaving a divorce paper on the table and disappearing? How dare he betray me like this? The baby he has isn't his son. It's our son. I don't know if you haven't realized this yet, but this is your own fault. I can't trust my precious little brother and his son with a mother and wife like you. If you have no intention to better your actions, then I'd like to kindly request you to please get divorced with your husband. Do you really not realize that the person who's going to suffer the most after we divorce is him? That man is only capable of making half of the amount that I make. How is he going to provide even a decent way of living for that child without me? And besides, kids always like their mothers more than their fathers. If we get divorced, he'll end up with no money, and the baby is going to end up with no one to love. Do you really want that for either of them? My nephew absolutely loves his father. As proof, he won't sleep unless Steve is by his side. And he starts crying whenever Steve walks out of sight for even a second. Babies can sense it when someone loves and cares for them dearly. That's just because he's been with Steve longer. Yeah. And besides, there's absolutely no issue with Steve's salary. Because you're going to be able to pay a lot of child support with the amount of money you make, right? I'm guessing about $1,000 a month. Will be better than well off with that kind of money combined with Steve's salary. Steve's saying that he'll have the rights to the baby if you two get divorced. Besides, you love work anyways, don't you? I doubt that you'll have the time and mental space to take sufficient care for the baby. I mean, maybe. Then, you're gonna have to abandon your rights as a parent and hand over the child support to Steve, right? I mean, we'll fight for that outcome in court even if you say no. I'm sure the judges will be very understanding towards Steve, given the way he's taken very good care of the baby since it was born while you were in bed. But $1,000 each month? I calculated that amount based on the government guidelines, so I'm sure the official amount will be something like that. You're paying the full amount, aren't you? Since this baby isn't Steve's, and it's yours, and Steve's. Well... And you want him going to the best universities in the country, right? Well then, you're going to have to pay enough so we can prepare for that too. Because you're his loving, responsible parent, right? But that's a lot. Please, sign the papers on the table. My brother will finally escape the hell you put him in. And he'll live happily ever after with the most beautiful baby in the world. Wait, you guys are serious about the divorce?
Yes, I'm serious, Lola. I need you to sign those papers, and I need you to let me divorce you. I can't live with you anymore.
Steve!
I've held it in this whole time, thinking that it was the best choice for me to take for the well-being of our child. I told myself that this is the least I could do for you since I wasn't making as much money as you. But I was finally able to realize the relationship that exists between us isn't even a marriage anymore. And I don't think of you as family anymore.
Why would you say that, Steve? Please, don't leave me. Please. I'll let you live whatever kind of life you want if you stay with me. I'm paying for everything as of now anyways. Can you really afford to lose me? To lose that kind of stable life?
Even if it's a lot less than you, I still make a decent amount doing my job. If I combine that with the child support that you'll pay me, I'll be able to have a nice life with the baby. Even if we get divorced, I'll do everything in my ability to let the baby live a happy life, so don't worry.
Wait, then what about me? Who's going to make dinner for me? I'm the type of person that you'll never find again. I'm well educated and I work at an amazing company. You can't just leave me like this. And you're going to take away my baby from me? I can't live with a reputation like that.
If I were you, I wouldn't be able to live with how selfish and shallow I am. You're well educated. You work at a nice company. So what? I hope you realize someday that being all of those things isn't what makes a person valuable.
What?
Please sign the papers that I left behind, and contact me through a lawyer from now on. I don't even want to talk to you anymore. Goodbye.
No! Wait! Please! Look, I'll do all of the housework that you want me to. Just don't leave me. Please, Steve. I'll change in whatever way you want. Please just come home. I can't live without you. Later on, Steve was able to finally get a divorce with Lola. Since then, Steve, my husband, and I have been working all together to raise the baby, and it's been an amazing experience. Since Steve is such a nice person, everyone at his workplace has been cooperative towards him as well. He's been allowed to leave at exactly 5 p.m., and he's since been moved to a department with a less of a workload. On the other hand, Lola went right back to work as soon as she got divorced with Steve. Apparently, a rumor has been going around that her husband had left her and took her baby because she neglected them both. Because of this, she's lost her place in many projects which were aimed towards parents and couples, taking away her place in her workplace altogether. Since then, everyone stopped looking up to her, and she's turned unrecognizably quiet.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Kiara, when you're finished with work today, I'd also like for you to come and clean my room, please. And not just clean it, but make it look brand new, alright?
What? Why are you asking me to do something like that now? Wait, do I even know you?
This is one of the employees for this company, Layla. I'm known as being the famous ace of this company, so you'd better get to knowing me as well. But I'm sure you already know me, even though you're just the cleaning lady here.
I see. I do happen to know who you are, actually. But how come you happen to have my number?
I'm a full-time employee here, so I'm able to find out everyone's phone numbers easily. And that even includes the cleaning lady's number. And out of all the janitors here, you happen to be the best I know of. That's why I've gotten in touch with you today to let you know that you are now in charge of cleaning my house.
Why are you expecting me to come all the way to your house to clean it for you?
That's because your job is cleaning up the offices there to maintain a fresh look for our company, right? And well, I happen to live in a company housing. In other words, that means where I live in is even considered a part of a company. That's why I'm asking you to please come here and clean my place after you finish work.
I have no idea what you're going on about there. From what I'm aware of, company housing is supposed to be maintained by you, the tenant. So please be responsible for your own room.
Excuse me? Are you going to turn away the request from a full-time employee? I'm asking you to come clean my place, so you should be well aware that you just need to shut up and come clean for me, you idiot.
What?
And it's not like I'm just any old employee either, right? I'm the ace of this company that all of the higher-ups rely on. When I'm in a good mood and get a lot of work done, the company turns an even bigger profit. So in order for me to be in a good mood and do lots of work, I need to have myself a very clean and tidy room. So cleaning my place isn't just about me, but about this company as a whole.
I'm sorry, but you can't ask me to do something like that. I never thought a day would come where I'd be asked to clean someone's house. I understand that you're an ace for this company, but you cannot use that title as a reason to ask me to do something like that.
Gosh dang it! Listening to you go on and on like that is really driving me up to the wall. I'm trying to give you something more to do with your sad life. Why won't you just be happy about taking such a wonderful job as cleaning the ace's home for me?
What?
I totally understand that you cleaning the offices all day must mean you barely make enough money to pay the bills each month. So you should be overjoyed to see that I'm willing to give you some overtime to make a little extra cash this month. Now, the number to my place is 608, alright? Make sure you have it cleaned for me after work today.
I'm sorry, Oscar. I'm having a bit of trouble at work right now, so I'll be a bit late. Can you head into the restaurant before me?
Will do. What's this about trouble? You never have any problems at work, right?
Today has really been a tough one for me. One of the employees here just asked me out of nowhere to go and clean their house. She actually told me that I need to clean her room, when that's not even part of my job.
What? There are people like that within the company.
I told her no at first, but she just would not listen to a thing I said.
She seems to think that she can do anything she wants just because she's an ace within the company, and she's told me that if her place is clean, then she'll be in a better mood to get more work done for the company, which then would lead to the company turning a larger profit, so I should be happy to go clean her place.
If that's what she thinks, then maybe she needs to be told by one of her higher-ups to clean her own dang room. If she thinks she can ask someone else to do her cleaning like that, especially when it's not even their job, then she must not have grown out of her baby stage yet.
Honestly, but the only problem for me is, according to some rumors, that employee is the daughter of one of the company's director. I don't want for any of this to turn into a much larger problem than it already is. So I'm going to clean her room just this one time, in order to get her to shut up and be happy.
So it's not just that she's claiming to be this ace employee, but she happens to have family connections like that within the company. Sometimes there are people like that in the working world.
And because of that, I'm going to have to work late today. Even though I really had important plans to go out to dinner with my son today.
I don't mind you being a little late for dinner today, Mom.
What are you talking about? It's been such a long time since the last time you and I had dinner together. You wanted me to come out this time to see you because you are going to be getting married soon and you wanted to talk about it. I just got called for a taxi to come and get me, so I'll be there as quickly as I can for you, alright? And what the hell was all that about, Lila? What the hell did you think you were doing, pouring a bucket of water all over me like that? Do you have any idea what you've just done? I was just helping you clean up is all. You happen to always be cleaning up things with water yourself, so I thought it would be nice to come clean you up. Don't get too upset with me for that, especially when on the day of my wedding, someone who has nothing to do with me has shown up here. What did you say? I want to know how you even managed to be able to get into here, because I don't ever remember inviting such a low-life cleaning lady as you to my special day. Well, now that you are drenched head to toe, I think we both know it's time for you to leave. Please make a U-turn for me and head out of here. What is that about me being a low-life cleaning lady? I'm used to you calling me things like that from time to time in the workplace, but I never thought I'd be hearing you call me a lowlife at your own wedding. Really hurts my heart a little. Do you think I care about you being a little bit upset over any of this? It's not my fault you're working a job that is so easy to make fun of every day. What? Those that become janitors never ended up going to school and are most likely mentally disabled in some capacity, right? So how am I not to make fun of your low life? Especially when comparing what you do to the ace company that I am. To me, all you are is a little roach. It would be way too difficult for me to not look down upon you because of that. I understand that the job of being a janitor doesn't really require the greatest education or anything, and can be done by pretty much anyone. But the reason that there are janitors in the first place is because their job is a necessity. And I'd like to say that perhaps not everyone is able to do this job that I perform, especially someone like you who needs to ask me to come clean your own place for you. What? You have no right talking to me like that. I'm the bride of this wedding, and I didn't even invite you to be here today. But because you think you can barge in here like that and start talking to me like I'm the idiot, that must mean you really are the lowest of the low. Excuse me? I would really like to know who let you come in here. I only invited those that are important to me from work. Wait, don't tell me that when you came to my place to clean it for me, you found the invitations and stole one for yourself. I'm sure that's what a crazy nut job like you would do. Crazy nut job? Now that I think about it, I've started to notice that some of my jewelry and other things from my place have disappeared. I had this one spot where I'd always put my favorite earrings, but I'm not able to find them anymore. You stole all those things from my room, right? Why would I ever do something like that? I made sure that any jewelry that was on the floor in your room was placed right back on your jewelry stand for you. And that jewelry stand happens to be on the floor for some reason, where you're always tossing all your things, right?
Nope. I know for a fact that you have been the one stealing my jewelry, and there's nobody else to blame for it. That's something that all lowlifes like to do, isn't it?
What the heck did you just say?
If you just shut up and leave this wedding for me right now, I'll play nicely and forget you ever stole anything from me. I'll even forgive you for showing up to my wedding in the first place. So shut up and leave right now. This is supposed to be the wedding for the ace of the company. Me. No lowlife cleaning lady like you should ever be allowed here.
Are you sure you really want me to leave?
I want you out of my life forever, to be honest. If you don't do that for me right now, I'll tell the company everything you've done and have you fired.
Oh, is that what you'll do? Well, if that's the case then, I'm gone. Go right ahead and start your wedding without the groom's mother here.
What? The groom's mother? What did you just say?
Blaming me for all things I've never did, and pouring a bucket of water all over me like that. I cannot stand being at this stupid wedding anymore anyway. I'm going to leave now.
Wait a second, please. What? This wedding will start without the groom's mother being here? Huh? Are you actually the mother of the man I'm getting married to?
I am. I happen to be Oscar's very important mother. And what does that mean to you?
There's no way that could be possible. Oscar already told me that his parents are divorced. And he's told me that this whole time, he's been living with only his dad. And he said to me that his mother has never been around with him.
I see. Well, the divorce happened back when he was only in first grade, and since then, he has not been able to live with me, so it makes sense that he would be never bring up much about me to you.
Also, he told me that you have been sick. His mother has been sick. And that's the reason why his dad divorced you. I just assumed that if it was the reason for the divorce, that his mother would long gone by now. I never expected for her to still be alive, and for her to end up being you.
I can't believe this. Oscar must have never updated you on anything that's been happening between him and I. Well, perhaps that's just because he's been waiting for the right moment to tell you about me.
Huh?
Just like you'd heard from Oscar, the reason for the divorce is because I was sick at the time. I had always had a really bad immune system, and after giving birth to him, my body only became more vulnerable to things like flu and such. Because of that, I couldn't get all the chores done in the house at all times, and was never able to properly raise Oscar. I just kept leaving more and more in the hands of my husband, and at one point, we decided it would be best to get a divorce.
What?
We had been both thinking about what was best for Oscar. The only thing he ever grew up seeing of me was my poor body always lying around in bed. And at some point, it started to seem like he wasn't getting the proper time he needed with his mother. So I decided with my husband at the time that it would be better for me to leave them and let Oscar grow up with just his father, who would be able to focus more on him.
Are you kidding me?
And then, a while after the divorce, my health started to get back to normal for me. But even with my body getting back to normal again, I still had not been working a job for years. So in order to get back out there and start making money, I chose the job that I've been working up until now. I am able to take time off from this job when I need it, and I like to think that my income is pretty good because of it. As a single woman living on her own, I think I'm able to save up quite a bit of money with my income.
No way.
I've also really enjoyed having a job that's kept me on my feet so much, and it's fun to watch the places I help clean stay clean. As someone who was always too sick to ever do anything for myself, always having to rely on others to do everything for me, it's nice to finally have a job where I give to others. And because of all the hard work I put in now, I'm thanked by everyone all the time, instead of feeling as though I'm getting in people's ways. I find myself to have a really important job, and will continue to think that no matter how much you try and belittle me for it. But now, I'm having to find out that you're the one marrying my son.
I had been trusting that my son would find himself a wonderful woman. But now I'm in awe. Wait. I may have been the one to birth my own son, but I was never there to care for him when he needed a mother like me. So to this day, I always feel as though I'm not good enough to be called his mom. But even with those feelings, he continues to call me mom and says that I never need to worry about the past. He even went ahead and invited me to his wedding as his mother and told me that if I didn't want to be called today, I could sit with the rest of his guests. But I said to him that I was comfortable being his mom at this wedding, and so that's the reason why I'm here now. However, I'm now being kicked out of his wedding like this by his own bride. I feel so sorry that I won't be able to stick around for his wedding. I really should just give up on trying to be a good mother for him, if I can't be here for his big day. Wait! If you really are his mom, then you can stay. Actually, please don't leave the wedding, okay? You can stay here. What? I will help you look for a replacement dress for your now drenched one, alright? So please stay here and wait for me. If you could really do happen to be Oscar's mother, then you don't have to go home and stay right here with us. I want you to be here as his mother, so don't think that you have to go home, alright? What? Are you sure? I happen to be a low-life cleaning lady after all. Wait. I'm asking you to please be our guest, so don't say things like that. I will let you stay at the wedding right now, so please forget everything I said about you being a lowlife. What? And as for you having to clean my house and the way I treat you at work, I don't want you telling Oscar anything about all of those things for me, please. Alright? Don't you dare say anything to him about any of that. This is the day of my very important wedding. If you ruin it all for me, I will not forgive you.
It's because of you that this wedding is already over. Do you actually think we can proceed with the wedding when you just drench my mom in cold water like that?
What?
And what's this about you not wanting her to tell me any of those things? You're too late to be asking her to refrain from any of that. You always made yourself out to be this really kind and polite woman in front of me. But it turns out you have the most rotten soul I've ever seen. I know everything about the real you now, Layla.
What? Wait. No way this is really you, right? Is this really Oscar?
My mom sent me a message out of nowhere telling me she was heading home, so I came to try and stop her. What the hell is going on here, Layla? Why the hell is my mom drenched even though I invited her to this wedding? Are you actually that rotten of a frickin' human or something?
You have it wrong, Oscar. All of this is a misunderstanding.
Tell me how any of this is even close to a misunderstanding. My mom has been talking to me about all this for a while, and it turns out that the problem for my mom has always been you, Layla.
What?
I don't care that since the divorce I haven't been living with my mom. These past few years, I've always been going other places to eat, and we've been talking for over a decade now. We even talk about the kind of work we're up to and the drama in our lives. I feel like she's not only my mom, but someone that I can call a really close friend of mine.
What? You're lying, right? So you know about everything already.
I sure do. I know about how you've been forcing my mom to go and clean your house for you.
No way.
But by this point, all that doesn't really matter to us anymore. Starting today, I want to talk with you about our futures. This wedding is going to be canceled right now. And after today, you and I can meet in person to talk about what's going on with you.
What?
I want to rethink getting married to you. How could I ever call someone that thinks it's okay to drench their own husband's mother in water like that my wife? All because you think she's a lowlife and doesn't deserve to be here. I can't believe this is actually real right now.
Wait, Oscar, you don't really want the two of us to separate already, right? Especially in the middle of our wedding. Also, I happen to be the daughter of the company's director. My family is loaded with money, so are you really going to want to throw myself and all of that money away?
Who the hell cares that you're the daughter of the company's director? None of that scares me, because he only has power within that company, right?
What?
Also, this marriage has never been about being married to the daughter of a director or her family's money. I've never cared about your family's money, actually. God, I'm so sorry. I know that I haven't cared at all about your family's money and your position, but you happen to care about it a whole lot, right? I'm sure you could never understand what I really wanted in this marriage to you. Not when all you care about is money and power. Now, I'm gonna get to it and start telling everyone this wedding is over.
Why would this be happening to me? You have. If you had just gone and told me you were Oscar's mother a lot sooner, then none of this would have to be happening to us. I heard everything from Oscar. When I got back to him to grab my phone, he said the wedding had been cancelled, and the talks about actually marrying you fell through, right? Oscar was really happy that he chose to save legally marrying you until the wedding was over. That's not at all though. Both of my parents are pissed at me right now. They are telling me that I'm the embarrassment of their family now. My dad is even asking me to leave the company now. Is he really? But aren't you supposed to be the company's ace employee or something? Apparently, I have been thinking too highly of myself for helping with the company's profits for just a tad bit. And now even my dad is thinking twice about my importance within the company. He's blaming me for thinking I was such a good employee for just doing my job now. Saying the way I talked about myself like that makes the company look bad. I have now lost both my job and my would-be husband due all of that. And since I've been living in the company housing this whole time, I'm going to lose my house. Both my parents are asking me to not go home to them either. So what am I going to do? That's a really tough situation you're in there. Well, hopefully you can figure something out for yourself. What? You hold it right there. Why do you think you can just walk away from all of this? It's your fault that my life is in ruins right now. It is most definitely not my fault for any of that. I'm just a low-life cleaning lady is all. You just happen to ruin your own life. Excuse me? It's because you came to that dang wedding that my whole life is in shambles. That means all of this is on you. No, it isn't. All of this just so happens to be what you deserve. And to be honest, had I not shown up to the wedding, you would still be getting fired from your job. The company knows about how you've been forcing me to work later by going back to your house to clean for you. What? HR had asked my why I was still on the clock working when I wasn't even in the office anymore. So I told them what you had me doing, since you happened to be the ace employee. And well, HR didn't seem to be happy with any of your actions. Remember, Layla, no matter how much you do for the company, you still need to follow the rules. What? Wait, you have to be lying. They are actually going to fire me for something like that? I've already been warned a few times not to stay over 40 hours a week, as the company doesn't have the payroll to be paying me overtime. But when I told him it was you who was having me to stay late, they took their eyes off me and began looking at you. However, that's not all, Layla. Another thing that's worsened your situation is the fact that you tend to go online a lot with your work life, talking about how you're such a big shot and that you're able to use one of the company's janitors as your cleaning maid. You really just threw yourself under the bus with all of that and are not going to be able to run away anymore now. What? Also, let's not forget about what else you've been doing online. Is it true that you really have been having other people online who are not even a part of the company go through and do your work for you? For example, you have random people making presentations for your work and you send them information to have made into spreadsheets as well. There happens to be a lot of people out there that'll do work for a small price, and you've taken advantage of that, right? Well, I'm sorry, but things like that aren't very good for the company when that information you send out happens to be for the company's eyes only. It's crazy to think that this whole time, the ace of the company has been asking other unknown people to do their work for them. Oh God, no freaking way! I was trying so hard to keep all of that a secret. Layla, I never, ever stole any of your jewelry from you. But that company USB that I found on the ground of your place, I did happen to take.
And the next day, when I got into work, I made sure to hand it over to one of the managers. So I think you being fired was already on the mind of the company, even before yesterday. I understand that you happen to be the daughter of the director of the company, but that does not mean you can start taking sensitive information like that home. There's no way. I never expected for anyone to find out about all of this. You've been asking randoms online to take care of all of the work you're supposed to be responsible for. Random people who themselves happen to have decades of office work under their belt. No wonder it looked as though you were doing such impressive work. Now, I'm going to get going. I happen to be just a simple janitor, so all of that high-level company stuff is too complicated for me anyway. Also, please make sure to start cleaning your own home from now again. After that, not only Layla was to be fired for everything she'd be doing while working for the company, but she's also have to pay a major fine for disclosing sensitive information. Of course, her parents never stepped in to help her with paying the company, so she had to find her own way to make sure the company got the money it was asking for. She ended up having to borrow money from the bank, so as of right now, she's been having 2 nights at a place to make anything she can back. As for my son Oscar, he has been very happy to not end up married to a freak like Layla. And he has even been praising me for getting her out of the company as well by telling HR. Right now, I'm praying every day that my son finds a much better woman to make his wife. And while praying for him, I've been keeping up on my job as a janitor for the company, even drawing in new praise from doing wonders when it comes to cleaning the bathrooms.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.
Hi, Peyton. Can you give me Brody's inheritance after he passes? I'm his sister, and also everything that is his is mine, so don't think about hogging it, okay? Please don't talk about this now because Brody is fighting cancer for his life right now. Inheritance? Are you for real right now? But didn't the doctor say he has only a few months left? I thought that it would be better to talk about it early. Even though the doctor said that, he's doing his best to live. I'm definitely supporting that, so don't say anything like that. Sorry. Oh, how about this? While you support him, I'll take care of his stuff and the inheritance. That's fair, isn't it? You're so condescending. You just want to manage his inheritance, right? I'm just worried. That's it. Brody couldn't take care of his money since he was little, so I took care of it. Taking care of it? Don't you mean taking it? I heard everything about you from him. Since he was little, you told him that everything is yours and took his toys and allowance away from him, right? What? When you guys received allowance, you took his money and used all of it, right? Also, I heard that when he was in high school, he saved up money to buy a phone, but you stole it away from him because you wanted to upgrade your phone. He said that you're a horrible sister. Ugh, how rude. He even stole a lot of things from me. He doesn't know that we're both in the wrong. Did you say both in the wrong? Yes, I mean all of my clothes and shoes were stolen by him. I loved all of those. Mom and Dad didn't even listen to me. That's called hand-me-downs. The clothes were too small for you. Don't call that stealing. Don't give me that attitude. Anyways, I'll take care of Brody's inheritance, so don't worry about it, okay? Don't work too hard, Peyton. I just found out that he owns a few real estate properties. That's why he's able to live in a condo. I don't think that you can do it by yourself, so I'll be more than happy to help you. Thank you for your concern, but everything is taken care of, so it's okay. I actually need to go visit Brody from now on, so I gotta go. 2 hours later. Hi, Nathan. How are you? Can I talk to you about Brody's inheritance?
Oh, hi Peyton. Yeah, of course. But I thought you took care of it already. Did something happen?
There's someone who's after his inheritance.
What?
He's been owning a few real estate properties since he was young, and his real estate assets, so I kept it a secret from everyone. But that person heard about it from somewhere.
Oh, wow. That's very concerning. It sucks that the person knows about this when your husband's condition is getting worse. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yes, it's okay. That's why I wanted to talk to you about what I should do with that person.
I see. Let's fight the rat.
Thanks. I really don't want to think about him passing, but if he does, I'm scared that the person will come to me directly to talk about the inheritance. If that happens, I think I won't be able to focus and end up giving up everything.
I really understand how you feel. There are people who go to the funeral home to ask for the inheritance when the family is sad and unable to make normal decisions.
Oh, wow. I see.
But don't worry, Peyton. I'm a lawyer, so I'll take care of it if that person comes. I'll be ready on the spot to prove assets and inheritance-related matters.
Thank you very much.
So please take care of Brody, okay? We'll take care of that person, so let us know immediately if something happens.
2 months later.
Haley, let me in the house. Can't believe you came and kicked me out. I came to move here. Brody's funeral just ended, so this is my house now. Please leave. What do you mean this is your house? This is Brody and my house. Nope, it's Brody's, so that means that it's my house, because everything that he has and own is mine. Are you kidding? I'll not let you have this place. I can't have any of his inheritance, but you do, so why don't you just give me this place? Excuse me? You guys have no kids, so I thought that I would be the one receiving inheritance, but that's if I don't have parents? This is bullshit. You are full of shit, Haley. Trying to take the house because you can't get any inheritance? I didn't expect for you to do something as stupid. Don't be cocky just because you got a lot of money. I can't believe Mom and Dad either because they won't give me any money. How rude. I don't think that it's rude at all. I'm actually happy. They're going to take good care of everything that Brody left them. What do you mean everything? Isn't it only inheritance and his real estate properties? You guys just want to hog it all, right? How petty. That's not true actually. Anyways, I'll call my husband to come here because this will be our house starting from today. So why don't you go live somewhere else? Like a small apartment. Can't believe that I'm going to live in a condo. I'm so excited. Haley, I'm going to ask you one more time. This is my house, so please leave right now. Hell no. Why would I leave this place? It's huge and has a beautiful view. I belong here, okay? Like I said, all of my brother's things are mine. Okay then, the rent will be $8,000. What? If you love it that much, it's all yours, but just promise me to pay $8,000 every month since I'm the owner. Why do I need to pay rent? I've been saying that this is my brother's house, so I'm the one that's going to be the owner. Nope, sorry, but I'm the one that bought this house. What? You bought this place? Yes, how many times do I need to tell you? By the way, do you know how much my yearly income is? I make about $200,000. I used that money to buy this place. Why do you have that much money? Brody never told me about it. Of course, because he also didn't know about my new job. New job? I found a new job because I wanted to take care of him. There were times that he needed medicine that couldn't be covered by insurance, and also had times when he suddenly collapsed, so I wanted to work where I can earn money and take days off to take care of him if something happened. There's a company that allows that? I was recruited by a big company because my achievement and efforts were praised at my old job, but of course there's a certain amount of pressure because result matters. But I was able to achieve it and earn a lot of money, so I decided to move into a condo close to the hospital, which is where you are now. About taking days off, people there understood about Brody and how I supported him financially and took care of him. So, this is really not his house? Exactly. So since I'm the owner, I advise you to leave right now. No, I'm not giving up. Why? Because I already brought my stuff here, so there's no way I'm going to leave. You know what? I'll call my husband and make him come here because he's a lawyer. I know that he'll make good deals. Sorry, but you might be the one to leave.
You don't need to call me, Haley. I'm actually in front of the condo now.
What?
What the hell are you thinking? She just lost the love of her life. You coming here and trying to steal this place? Are you serious?
Wait! Nathan? No, that's not possible.
It is possible, so that's why I'm sending you a message. Are you stupid? I'm with Peyton now. We're waiting for you to come out.
Why are you two together?
Because I'm her lawyer. She told me that there was a trespasser in the house and I come quickly to this. I can't believe that the person she had trouble with was you.
What do you mean you're her lawyer?
She told me that there was someone who was after Brody's inheritance, so I was paid to discuss it.
Why didn't you tell me?
Don't you know the word confidentiality? I can't just tell you, okay?
I know that, but you should have told me even a little. Whatever. Oh, and if you're here, then can you make her shut up? She's cocky just because she had to hog all of Brody's money.
You are the one that I want to shut up, actually. Why are you spazzing out because you couldn't get any money? Okay, you know what? I'm going to talk to you as a lawyer. This condo is Peyton's, and you are repeating that this place is yours, which is an act of illegal occupation. So if you decide to come back here again, you're going to break the law and end up being arrested.
What? Police? Wait, why aren't you on my side? You're my husband.
It doesn't matter right now. The rule of the lawyer is to treat people fairly and not let our emotions get carried away and follow the rules according to the law. So even if you are my wife, I don't care if you get arrested.
What?
Peyton's saying she's going to give you one more chance to leave her place in 5 seconds, okay? If you do that, then you won't be arrested.
Wait. Okay, I'm going to leave now. Good, I'm going to count from now. The next day. Peyton, what should I do? Nathan asked me for a divorce. He just left papers without talking to me. Why am I not surprised? He was calm yesterday, but I knew he was pissed off because his wife was trespassing. That's not the reason. There are other reasons. Really? I was asked to manage our savings, but seems like I used quite a lot. I thought you were a stay-at-home wife. Well, there are times when I want to go on a shopping spree, okay? Since Nathan is a lawyer and makes pretty good money, I thought it was okay. I ended up using 100 grand. 100 grand? Seriously? So that's why I wanted Brody's inheritance, because I thought I could pay him back with that. Worst case, I can sell this place because I think it's going to be around 100 grand. Oh, so that's why you were desperate. I can't believe that he found out. He also told me that he's going to deduct money I used from the division of property, so I'm going to be broke. I'm about to be kicked out, so please help me. Can I live with you? Are you serious? I have nowhere to go. Nathan told his parents also, and they told me to never contact them again. Then don't contact me either. I'm still Brody's wife and related to you, but if you don't want me to cut ties, don't contact me, okay? No, please! I hope you have a good life. Bye. After the incident, Haley divorced Nathan was thrown out of the house with only one suitcase and nothing else. She asked her friends for help, but since she'd boasted about how her husband is a lawyer and their husbands are lame before, no one wanted to help her. She's now going to a few recruiting agencies telling people that she wants to work at a place where there are a lot of single rich guys.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Wow, sis. I can't believe you were dating such an incredibly wealthy guy. Huh? Remember when we all hung out together? When we went glamping with our boyfriends?
Yeah, that was my first time glamping. It was so much fun. The lodge had such a beautiful view. Thanks for inviting us.
You should be grateful. My boyfriend got us special pre-opening tickets.
Of course I'm grateful. Make sure to thank Jake again for me. The sunset from the deck was incredible.
I'll tell him, but that's not what I wanted to talk about.
Oh? What is it then?
Going back to what I was saying, how did you manage to land such a wealthy guy without even realizing it?
What do you mean about my boyfriend being wealthy?
Come on, don't play dumb with me. Unless... Wait.
Unless what?
What? You're dating him, but you don't know? Or maybe he thinks you're not worth telling. Looks like David can be quite mean sometimes.
What? David's never mean. What are you talking about?
You know, I was admiring the nighttime view from the lodge, and that's when David told me. He said, those mountains over there and all those buildings and apartments you can see beyond them, they all belong to my family. So David's family owns tons of land and real estate.
Come again?
I couldn't believe it at first either. The whole mountain range.
That doesn't sound right.
At first, I thought he was joking and brushed it off, but I was curious, so I looked it up as soon as I got home. And guess what? David's family turned out to be real estate tycoons. Sarah, you were dating someone incredibly wealthy all this time.
Wait, calm down. David isn't nearly as wealthy as you think.
Are you kidding me? I did my research. I spent hours looking up property records.
Hours? You never spend that much time researching anything.
What are you talking about? They own mountains, farmland, buildings, and apartments. Given how things look, they must own tons more property. I used to think he was just some boring guy, but I've totally changed my opinion of him.
What? What did you think of David before that? That he was a nobody?
Well, yeah, obviously. Have you seen how he dresses?
I can't believe you judged someone like that.
Well, he's totally not my type looks-wise. Nothing like my Jake, who's handsome and muscular. David's so skinny and dresses badly. Basically, the definition of a plain Joe. But turns out he's quite a catch, isn't he?
Plain Joe? Sure, he's more reserved compared to Jake, who's really stylish, but he's a kind and thoughtful person.
Oh, please, you don't need to defend him. I get it now.
Get what?
Why you're dating him despite his looks. You knew about his family's wealth all along, didn't you?
That's not it at all.
Kind, thoughtful, and the son of a wealthy family. He must be quite special. Sarah, you absolutely can't let David get away. You need to marry him and become a trophy wife.
Trophy wife?
Think about it. With his family's assets, you'd never have to work again.
I like my job, thank you very much.
You're so naive, sis. This is the chance of a lifetime.
I don't care about any of that. I like David for who he is.
Well, whatever. Just know that I'm rooting for you.
Thanks, I guess.
Don't mess this up, okay? A real estate fortune like that doesn't come along every day.
You're being weird about this.
Trust your little sister's instincts. I know what I'm talking about.
I think you've got the wrong idea about all of this.
We'll see who's right. Anyway, gotta go. Jake's calling.
Emma, wait.
Long time no see, Sarah. Sorry for contacting you out of the blue, but I need some advice. Can you get in touch with Emma?
Jake, is everything okay?
Not really.
Of course I can get in touch with her. We're family. Did you two have a fight?
Well, not exactly a fight. She suddenly said she wanted to break up, and now I can't reach her at all.
What?
I've been trying to reach her for days.
Days? This isn't like her at all.
She told me she found someone she likes and that she's going to marry him. It happened so suddenly. And before I could even discuss it with her, she cut off all contact.
She's getting married? But you two were just together at the glamping trip.
I know. Everything seemed fine then.
Did something happen after the trip?
I honestly have no idea. We were texting normally until last week.
That girl. I can't believe she didn't even have a proper breakup conversation with you.
I just want to understand what changed.
Did she give any hints before disappearing?
Nothing at all. She was excited about planning our next date just days ago. I'm not trying to force her to get back together with me. If she's found someone else she likes, I understand. But it was just so sudden that I can't wrap my head around it. I'd just like to talk to her once and understand what happened.
I'll try to contact Emma right away. I'm so sorry about my sister causing you trouble.
No, thank you for helping despite my sudden call. I'm glad we exchanged contact info the other day.
Let me try calling her now. She's not picking up. I'll try again. Still nothing. She's not picking up her phone, but I'll definitely get in touch with her. I'll let you know as soon as I do.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You don't deserve to be treated this way, Jake.
I just want closure, you know?
I understand. Let me keep trying to reach her.
Thanks, Sarah. You're a good friend.
I'll get to the bottom of this, I promise.
Sarah, stop being so pushy with all these calls. 20 missed calls is terrifying. What's got you so worked up?
Finally! Where have you been?
I've been busy. Stop acting like mom.
What's got me worked up? You broke up with Jake without even having a proper conversation. He's really upset. He came to me for help because he at least wants to talk things through.
Oh, that's what this is about. Well, I don't care if my ex is upset.
How can you be so cold?
He's yesterday's news.
What?
There's nothing to talk about with Jake. I've decided to live my life with another guy.
I heard you found someone you like. You seemed so happy dating Jake. Did you meet someone even more amazing than him?
Stop bringing up Jake.
Then explain what's going on.
Yes, someone absolutely wonderful. David, the real estate tycoon's son. I dumped Jake so I could marry him.
What? David as in my boyfriend, David?
Surprise!
This isn't funny, Emma.
Well, he's not your boyfriend anymore. He's my boyfriend. Actually, that's not right either. David and I just submitted our marriage registration papers.
What? Marriage registration?
You heard me.
When? How?
Now David and I are newlyweds. We've been busy taking care of all the post-marriage paperwork. That's why I couldn't answer your calls.
Wait a minute. This isn't some kind of prank, right? You really married David?
Yep, perfect timing with your call, actually. I needed to tell you anyway, so this worked out great.
How could you do this?
Do what? Fall in love?
You've got to be kidding. Why would you marry your sister's boyfriend?
Obviously, because he's the son of a real estate tycoon. Opportunities like this don't come along often, and property values keep going up. These days, a real estate tycoon's son is a much better catch than some good-looking corporate guy.
When did you even have time to do this?
We've been meeting secretly for weeks.
Are you kidding me? You stole my boyfriend for a reason like that? Weren't you just saying you were rooting for us?
Oh, about that.
About what?
Well, I thought stealing him was wrong at first. Back then, I really did want you both to be happy. But I got more and more jealous and frustrated each day. And before I knew it, I'd taken him from you.
What did you just say?
You're not the only one who deserves happiness.
This isn't about happiness. This is about betrayal.
So, anyway, you'll have to give up on David now. I get that you want to complain, but he's totally into me now, and we've submitted our marriage papers. No matter how much you whine, he's not coming back to you.
That's true. You've already registered the marriage. And once a marriage registration is accepted, it's not easy to cancel.
Exactly! So just accept it.
I can't believe you've done this.
David's cuddling up to me right now. Men really do prefer younger women, don't they? Plus, I'm cuter than you and more charming. It's your fault for not being attractive enough if he was so easy to steal.
Excuse me?
Just stating facts.
You've completely lost your mind.
I'll enjoy the luxury life enough for your share too, Sarah. I've snagged myself a rich husband and his land. We've already submitted the marriage papers, and I'm never giving him back to you.
Have you checked the property deeds?
Huh?
Answer the question.
Why are you asking about property deeds now?
You can keep the great guy forever. I don't care. But before you get too excited, you should really check those property details. The sooner the better in these situations.
What do you mean? Why should I check the property deeds?
Living a married life based on misunderstandings would be sad, wouldn't it? I'm telling you this because these kinds of misunderstandings should be cleared up as soon as possible.
You're trying to scare me.
I'm trying to warn you.
Misunderstandings? Oh, are you saying the properties are still in his parents' names? I'm not worried about that. He'll inherit everything eventually, so it doesn't matter if they're not in his name right now.
There is a problem. That's why I'm telling you to check. He's never going to inherit those properties, no matter how many years pass. Everything's been seized and belongs to other people now.
Seized?
His family being wealthy was in the past. It's true they used to own a lot of land. Apparently, after his grandparents' company went bankrupt, everything was seized and sold at auction. They lost almost all their property.
What?
Check for yourself if you don't believe me.
That's all lies. You're just jealous of my happiness and making things up. You're just trying to confuse me for fun.
I wouldn't do something that petty.
Then why are you saying all this?
Because it's the truth.
He wouldn't lie to me. He clearly said all that land and property belongs to him.
Did he show you any proof?
He didn't need to. I could see it all from the lodge.
I hate to break it to you, but you shouldn't trust his words too much. David is kind and wonderful, but he has quite a habit of showing off.
What?
Should I give you some examples?
Please do.
I used to fall for it too when we first started dating. Whenever we saw a luxury car in the street, he'd say, "I have one of those." When I went to visit him, I was looking forward to him giving me a spin in one of them. But it turned out he just had a tiny model car. He didn't even own a single real car.
Model cars?
He has an entire collection of them.
What?
And he told me the same thing during our nighttime date. The whole "that land and those buildings are mine" line. I had to laugh when I found out about his lies later.
No way!
Remember that fancy watch he wears?
Yes, the limited edition one.
It's a replica. A good one, but still fake.
What? You were fooled too? Then why did you keep dating him?
Want to know the truth?
Obviously.
Because I wasn't dating him for his assets, and everyone has their good and bad points. Apart from his showing off, he's a really wonderful person. So I was happy dating him without any complaints.
Really?
He's actually very caring and thoughtful.
Then why were you going to break up with him?
But his boastful lies were definitely not okay. I warned him never to lie like that again, but he'd make nonsensical excuses like, "It used to be my family's land. We'll get it back eventually. We just haven't yet. So it's basically mine." I had no idea he was still claiming it was his.
He said the exact same thing to me.
I'm not surprised.
No way. So he's really not the son of a real estate tycoon? And here I thought I'd scored myself a rich husband.
Well, congratulations on your very ordinary husband. Actually, I was planning to break up with him soon anyway, so don't worry about me at all.
What? You were planning to break up with him?
I fell out of love during that recent glamping trip, and I was just trying to figure out the right timing to end it.
During our double date?
Want to know what the final straw was?
Tell me!
Even then, he was showing off. He said, I'm great at barbecuing because I have lots of friends and such. So I let him handle it. But the meat was undercooked and didn't taste good. He could have just been honest and said, actually, this is my first time.
Now that you mention it, that did happen.
Remember how Jake handled the barbecue?
Jake.
Unlike David, Jake was so honest, saying, this is my first time, so I'm sorry if I make any mistakes. But I studied some YouTube tutorials before coming. His honesty made such a good impression. Thanks to Jake, I could see objectively how immature David was, and I fell out of love instantly.
I went through all that trouble to secretly steal him for nothing? All those secret meetings, all the planning.
Sorry you went through unnecessary trouble, but now you can openly enjoy your married life together. I really don't mind at all, so I wish you both happiness.
You don't have to rub it in.
Just being sincere. Did you see the screenshots I sent? I thought it would be faster to show you my entire conversation with Emma. Sorry for sending so many at once.
No, it's no problem. I just finished reading them all.
What do you think?
It really helped. To think she stole her sister's boyfriend. I completely fallen out of love too.
I'm still so embarrassed about all this.
Why are you embarrassed? None of this is your fault. If anything, I'm really thankful that you took the time to share all that with me.
Well, I am the older sister. I was in a position to stop her. And there's no need to thank me. Again, I'm sorry about my sister.
Please stop apologizing for her actions.
I just feel responsible somehow.
You don't need to apologize, Sarah. Oh, right. Speaking of thanks, I should be thanking you. You posted photos from the camping trip on social media, right?
Yes, it was such a beautiful place. Oh, was that not allowed? Should I have asked for permission before posting?
Don't worry, everything's perfectly fine.
Oh, good. I was worried for a moment.
No, it's totally fine. Actually, I was surprised when I saw your post. I had no idea you were an influencer with 100,000 followers.
Oh, you found my account?
I recognize your photography style.
Oh, no, it's nothing that glamorous. I just post about cafes and shops I visit and enjoy. It's just become sort of a travel info account.
Are you kidding? Your photos are amazing.
You're too kind.
Still, 100,000 followers is amazing. Since you don't show your face, I didn't realize at first, but I kept thinking the photos looked familiar.
I'm a bit shy about showing my face, so I keep it a secret from friends and family. I'd really appreciate if you could keep my account a secret too.
Of course! Your secret is safe with me.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
But really, thank you so much for posting. Thanks to you, we were fully booked when we opened last week. My parents were thrilled.
Huh? Your parents?
About that, I have something to confess.
Is everything okay?
I actually have a secret too. My father's the CEO of the parent company that owns the camping facility.
Really?
I probably should have mentioned it earlier.
So that's how you got the pre-opening tickets.
Yeah, I'm supposed to take over from my father eventually. Right now, I'm getting experience at one of our subsidiary companies. I haven't told any of the employees or Emma about this.
I understand wanting to make it on your own.
You do?
Of course. That's why I keep my influencer account private too. I'll keep that a secret too then.
Thank you. If you don't mind, would you be interested in some official PR work? Do you take on that kind of sponsored content?
I do sometimes, but are you sure you want someone like me?
Your photos are exactly what we're looking for.
That's very flattering.
No, I'm being honest. We absolutely want you. I'll contact you about work opportunities soon then.
If I can be of help, I'd be happy to. I look forward to hearing from you.
Great. I'll have my team draft a proper proposal.
Looking forward to it.
And Sarah?
Yes?
Thank you again for being so honest about everything.
Of course. That's how it should be.
What should I do, Sarah? I checked like you said right after our talk. You were right. He and his family don't own any of that land. They don't own a single apartment building or office building.
So you finally checked?
I spent all night looking through records, and worse than that, there's debt.
What? David told me there wasn't any debt from the bankrupt company. Was that a lie too?
No, that part wasn't a lie, but it's kind of related.
What do you mean?
It's worse than that.
Worse how?
After losing all their land and everything in the bankruptcy, his parents tried to start a new company to get it all back, but it failed after just 3 days, leaving them with nothing but debt.
Just 3 days? How much debt are we talking about?
You might want to sit down for this.
Emma, just tell me.
$200,000!
200 grand from a 3-day-old company?
I know! It's insane!
How is that even possible?
The original loan wasn't that much, but with late payments, interest, and penalties, it grew to about that much.
Oh my.
That's not even the worst part.
There's more?
And get this, David's being horrible. He says that since we're married now, I need to help pay off the debt. Isn't this basically fraud?
Well, I can see why you'd think that, having such important information hidden from you.
You have to help me.
Help you what?
I want a divorce. Please help me. I want to secretly file for divorce, so help me out.
Absolutely not. You need to figure this out on your own.
Please, I'm desperate.
You got yourself into this mess.
Why are you being so cold? You're my sister.
The same sister whose boyfriend you stole?
You're the only person I can turn to. I tried contacting Jake about getting back together, but he won't even read my messages.
Are you serious right now?
What?
How dare you try to get back with him after dumping him like that? The nerve of you!
I made a mistake, okay?
A mistake? You deliberately stole my boyfriend and married him!
Shut up! If you won't help me, then just be quiet. At least contact Jake for me. You two exchanged contact info at the glamping trip, right? Please convince him to get back together with me.
That's also a no. You don't deserve Jake.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means exactly what it sounds like.
You're hiding something from me.
Well, it's nothing that concerns you anymore.
Sarah, please.
Whether you divorce or stay married, figure it out yourself. And give my regards to David.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Goodbye, Emma.
Wait! Sarah? Don't ignore me!
Emma's ex, Jake, finally returned to his family's corporate headquarters and was appointed as an executive and next in line to take over. When Emma heard about that, she completely lost it, screaming, "No way! I should never have married David!" Apparently, Emma and David are busy paying off his family's debt together, and their dinner is basically just cabbage soup every night. She got so fed up with this lifestyle that she went on a rampage, stomping on David's collection of luxury car models in his room like Godzilla destroying a city.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.